I'm Trevor Alonso. The Snyder Cut is finally being released. I was totally wrong about how it was going to happen. I thought, okay, they might release it in a few years from now, or decades from now. I thought we might just get a book with the pictures on it of what it might have looked like. Sort of like Stanley Kubrick's Napoleon. Or we might get a cut with pictures and storyboards and places where the scenes were supposed to be and what it would look like. I thought they're not going to get the actors back for this. Ironically, what Bruce Wayne said in the movie.
Something tells me we're not getting the band back together.
Nope, it's going to be a real full movie. Zack Snyder announced it at the end of a viewing party of Man of Steel. A fan asked. He said yes and the details. So here's all the details. It will have a budget of $20 to $30 million. They are bringing back some of the actors to film the scenes that was never finished. We do know Henry Cavill is involved because he showed up at the end of the viewing party. They are going to finish the movie and do all the special effects for it. It will be a 3 to 4 hour cut. It will be put on HBO Max in 2021. Not an exact date given yet, but probably later in the year, maybe in the fall. They are going to break it down into 4 or 5 35-minute episodes. I guess to get people to keep going back and watching HBO Max. This is pretty much unheard of for a movie. Superman 2, the same thing sort of happened. Richard Donner was started working on it while making Superman. Then he was basically fired. A different director took over once filming started again. Donner finally got a director's cut with different scenes and some stuff added 25 years later. Now, that had a low budget. When watching it, you could tell some of the scenes that were shot for just filler gaps, and some stuff that was stock footage that didn't match the other film. So I never thought that this would happen, at least in this way. So I am pleasantly surprised. Zack Snyder said, we only saw 1/4 of his movie. So it will be completely different. I'm sure the whole main cast will be back. The only one I wouldn't be surprised if they said doesn't come back is Ben Affleck. Just when he's out, they pull him back in again. I can't wait to see this. I can't wait for Blu-ray for this. I'm sure they're going to have lots of behind the scenes of what they did differently. The fans worked really hard to get this to happen. With the hashtag releasethesnydercut ever since last November. And even before that, there was lots of talk of trying to get the Snyder Cut pretty much from day one of the release. I was even looking at the DVD when it came out to see if it would even have a longer cut or if there was going to be later on another director's cut. So I really hope people don't screw this up by bootlegging it. So please, please pay for it legally. Maybe they'll have a pay-per-view of this by itself. If they do, I would totally do the pay-per-view. I'm not completely interested in HBO Max, but for that short period of time, I would totally pay for 1 month. And if people do screw this up and bootleg it a lot, it'll screw up and not make very much money. So I'm sure they will never do the same thing again, because pirating will ruin it. Now I do hope the effects are better this time around. Please, a better mouth. You know what I'm talking about, the CGI mustache eraser. I could go on and on about the different stuff they promised in this version. Everything from Darkseid to Green Lanterns. I do wonder, after all of this, if they'll release a documentary talking about the second and third movie they talked about early on. Because they had a plan for 3 movies. That would be cool to see. I am going to watch it either when the episodes start coming out or once they're all out and binge watch it. It will be cool to watch these 2 movies back to back. Watching what came out in theatrically and watching a Snyder Cut. As you can tell, I'm excited about it. So what do you think? What are your thoughts? What do you want to see in this version? Tell me in the comments. Thank you for watching my video. Since Release the Snyder Cut worked, hopefully the next thing will be Release the Justice League Mortal documentary.